My next question would be, there is increasing concern about the dependence of international students, especially in terms of their grasp of IT fundamentals, financial planning, language, clarity around career goals for additional certifications, and immigration intentions. How do you perceive these concerns in the context of Canada's future immigration policies, academic standards, and the value of maintaining a diverse student population?
Population, it's yes, I understand it's totally diverse, but this is the advantage as well. Advantage in a sense that having more and more diverse people will give the chance that target market audience, those who can speak your language, are there as well. If it could have been a place where we can say that very less amount of immigrants are there, those who don't understand your language, they don't prefer, in that case, the gap is not being identified. First thing. Second, as you mentioned that concerning regarding IT, I would like to add here financial planning as well. Getting awareness, literacy, and all these things is very important. Things are shaping up in a bad way. No, I would not say bad in a different way, because definitely policies are being met with a different vision. Things are different at this point of time. And across the globe, things are changing. So any country, any organization would decide for their favor first. If they will stand strong, then they can decide about others, right? So policy, I understand there could be a disagreement that abrupt policies changes will be there, but there could be a possibility that when we convince them, when we make them realize that there could be a different stance, maybe a certain percentage of more eligible students could be given the chance that they could work here and be a part of the workforce. Maybe there could be a possibility where the cutoff point or criteria of setting up immigration could be changed. They have I think launched, if I'm not wrong, for a special area, let's say in healthcare, maybe in early childcare, maybe in IT security and programming. Again, I'm not the right person to talk about the immigration point of view, but I'm just sharing my thoughts on what I have heard in news and other things, that there are specialized categories which are being given chances. So yes, policies are changing. It do affect international student, and registration will definitely affect. In fact, I would say education sector is the biggest sector which is affecting out of this. Be it a public sector, be it a private sector, be it university level, or even at the level of colleges, they are facing much bigger challenge because of the hit which they are getting in terms of the revenue. The number of registration of students are getting consistently low, and it becomes difficult for them to work on these criteria because they had different vision. I know I'm again, in terms of news as well, I'm part of this sector. I know that global expansion plan was pretty high. They had to take this hit. So it's not that only one sector or one segment is suffering. If I can elaborate further in this regarding the financial aspect, because say, students used to come and they had to pay GIC, right?
Yes.
So GIC is a part of bank. Definitely, most of the students comes and they invest in GIC. If you don't disclose the numbers, but just accumulate, you guys must have paid GIC. Just accumulate the number in your classroom of the amount of GIC. Don't tell me. I know. I'm just telling you that for the sake of listeners as well, if you just multiply this number and the amount of money plus the time which is being invested. So financial institutions are also being affected because they were earning out of it. They were investing the amount of GIC. They were earning, they were managing all these funds. So don't think that it is just one sector. Every sector which has cyclical effect, it has a multiple effect on different areas. Job market is witnessing a different downfall. You will see after certain time period that there will be a availability of jobs because there will be no new students to come and do work in those areas, right? Then they will go back and think, what should be done? at this point of time. So yes, things are different, but yes, things will change hopefully.
Thank you, Mohsin. As we all know that the Canadian government is in the process of revising its student visa and border immigration policies. Looking ahead to 2026 or 2027, how do you anticipate these changes will impact overall registration of international students, particularly in colleges and universities in Ontario? Do you expect student numbers to rise, or will the decline seen in 2025 continue?
No, we just had a discussion on this as well, and again, I would like to ponder more upon this as well. I don't think that this will be feasible. If students only comes with the point of view that we will study, plus we will get a chance to work at the later point of time as well, which will translate to the immigration process. So there might be a consideration for international students to come and study, but with the purpose of getting into the queue of immigration might not be there or might be different in this perspective. So with a vision to come and study from an internationally well-reputed institution, that's a different story. And once it is being combined with getting into the work permit and getting into the queue of PR and then immigration, that's a different story. I think this might be splitted. If this is a splitted, then you might see number of students getting into the registration process. But if this is the only vision to come through the route and get into the immigration process, then I think this was the era, but I don't think that this is going to work now. Government might think I'm not a government representative. It is just the perspective of a faculty member. I can see that these two eras are totally different.
Last but not the least, but I can say this is the interesting question for this session. International students often face many challenges beyond academics and employment, including issues related to housing, emotional well-being, and more. How can educational institutions and immigration-related organizations better support their integration into Canadian society?
Very well crafted question. In fact, very pertinent. One of the most important part is that we all must understand we all are human beings. Whatever your age bracket is, you are a human being. And when we talk about this perspective in a manner that mental health, financial health, understanding regarding financial literacy, how to save, how to invest, how to open an account, especially I get few of the questions from text point of view as well. So when we talk to students, and that's totally new country for them, new exposure, first time I've seen students are coming out of their city even, and then they say this is what we are, and we don't know that how we'll get refund out of the taxes, how should we use our tuition credits, and multiple such things are there. And then this accumulates into the mental well-being, which is being question marked. So institutions are playing their role. They do have mental health and wellness consultants with them. They do provide housing information. They do provide information regarding all these aspects pertaining to tax filing. Tax clinics are being held. I know institutions are doing this, so they are being facilitated. There are multiple services. It is not just the education which is being provided. There are multiple services considering immigration, housing, information, mental health and wellness, and let's say tax clinics. Multiple such things are there. In fact, job hunting and employment specialists are there who sit with them, align their curriculum vitae. So resumes are being aligned according to the job, and they are being asked to redraft it, went through different software as well so that the keywords highlight could be there, and multiple aspects are there. This is why I'm saying that it is not just that if we talk about it, that it is just we came here and we are talking about work permit, and there are multiple level of exposures which every single student is getting from colleges and universities. One of the most important part is, which I would like to highlight. In fact, I'm doing some work from the point of view of mentoring, coaching, and counseling as well. I do have my own channel as well where we talk about different mentoring skill set from different mentors working in different professions. So that part is very important, considering a fact that as a human being, we need someone to talk. At times, this happens even during the class sessions, even when you show yourself as polite, humble person, receptive person, anywhere, not just in the profession of education. Even if you're sitting with a doctor, you visit a doctor, and doctor, if you realize that very humble person is there, you will talk something else as well. And it's not just that I am having a pain in my hand, but apart from that, you will talk something else as well. Human beings are need to be treated as human beings. But at times, I don't know why this is the case, that we have seen the schedules are totally out. Health and wealth both are compromised. Reason being, running after hours of shifts, working, making some money so that I could pay the fee. And then when we talk that you guys are here with as a student, so you should be studying, not compromising on that. Things are different. So we need to talk with students. It is very important amongst the students as well, because we all are mostly have seen that families are not here. Very, very rarely we see that students are coming with their maybe elder brother or sister or siblings are here. Otherwise, they are alone. So coming far apart, long distance, and then living alone, even sharing is one of the challenges as well, because definitely we all are having different habits. So sharing a room or maybe some places, that is also kind of a concern, because habits are different, cooking habits are different, how to use and keep clean with your wardrobes and all these things are different. So at times it hurts, it affects you mentally. And then comes the mental trauma where people are suffering. And then when you have these kind of things where we say that jobs are not there, you're not getting any calls, so it accumulates. This is where things are being deviated and things are not good. We all are aware that when we are together, when we socialize with our family members, it is something which gives you peace of mind.
Right.
You might have disagreements with maybe brother, sister, parents, and yourself. Even then, you are having effectiveness in your peace of mind. Your mind is clear, healthy, and you can share that if there is some responsibility, now I am with my family, we will do it together. Here, the loneliness hurts you. That's why I always say that it is very important to play a part of mentor. You guys will graduate soon, and you should be a part of a mentoring program for others as well, where you realize that uh, you have been through this process, so others should also know, look, this is the case, you should do this and don't do this. So do's and don'ts should be aware of all these factors. So yes, important part is being played by colleges, education institutions, and I would like to thank faculty members as well, because they are also playing their role.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohsin, for sharing your time, knowledge, and valuable insights with us today. It was truly a meaningful conversation that touched on so many important areas, from education and career development to the real challenges faced by international students in Canada. We hope our audience found this session helpful and inspiring. And I also want to thank Pooja for joining us today for an insightful session. At CRN Global, we will continue to bring more such conversation to support and uplift our international student community. So thank you again to everyone who joined us today, and take care. See you soon at our next session. Thank you.